Hola. Oh, that's a cute cat right off the hop. Giving us some bad luck with your black cat. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Canadian Talk, episode 75. We're here today with another talented and interesting person for you. This is a show basically where I acquire people that I see, whether they be university professors, whether they be just talented people, athletes, and I'm trying to get more like why can't I think of the word? What do you call it when more people like see what you say? Visibility? Visibility?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get more attention and visibility for these types of people because I feel like a lot of times they're autistic and that's what they lack. So I'm not saying you're autistic. So today we have Samantha Minney. She is a comedian out of Buffalo, right? Buffalo, yeah. And I was really impressed by your appearance on Kill Tony and some of the other things I've seen from what you get up to. Right off the hop, I'm curious because I wanted to ask you this. This was like my top question I had on my mind for you because it was one of the best jokes I've ever seen, and I don't know why I like it so much. You know how when you really like a joke, sometimes you're not really sure why, but I was curious to ask you like if you thought of it in the spot or if it's something that you say kind of because like in a sense it is kind of that sort of nostalgic 50s lady humor, but like when you were Kill Tony, you were on stage and he goes I think he said something like, what are you doing with your life or something like that, and you were just like, I stare out the window and wait for war. That literally killed me. Like, where did you hear that from? How, if you don't mind me asking, where did you come up with that?
I just say it all the time.
You say it all the time. Okay, so it was improv, but it was like one of your sayings, right? Yeah.
That's one that stuck out. I didn't watch the interview portion at all because I just remember I hated it in the moment.
Oh, okay,
Um,
so you haven't even went back and watched it, hey?
hey, Buster, knocking over my gator light. Um, I've had like people watch it around me, and I just have to like tune it out because it's so cringy to me. Um, yeah, I just remember like the first one I did after I like got off stage, got out of there. I was like, cool experience, but definitely not happy with the interview portion of it. Um, but I did watch my setback. Like I feel like my minute was fine. The interview sucked. And then the week after that, when I got on again, like my minute was fine, and then the interview was better because Roseanne,
Yeah, Roseanne is the shit, hey?
she carried.
She carried. Yeah. So so for your day to day, you're a bartender, right?
Hmm.
And but you're a bartender at a comedy club.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you who is your favorite comedian that you've had come through your place? Not like in general, like who's your favorite, like Louis C.K. Like who's your favorite comedian that you've ever gotten to see at? It's you said it's Cap City you work at.
Yeah.
That's the name of the
Um,
comedy club in Buffalo, right? I've never been there, so.
well, I worked at the Buffalo Helium. I live in Austin now. So I work at the Cap City in Austin.
Oh, cool! You moved to Austin, hey?
Yeah. I did that last year, but I still identify as a Buffalo
Oh yeah. Why is
person
that?
because no one's from Austin. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like there's people that do comedy in Austin that are from Austin.
Do you like it there? What's it like there? I have a few friends that live there, but what's give me the down low on what it's like in Austin. Do you work as a
Um,
bartender there now too? Sorry, too many questions at once. Do you work as a bartender there now still?
yeah, I work for the same company. I still bartend sort of occasionally, but same deal. And all of the heliums are like the exact same. Like they all look exactly the same. Um, so it just feels like a spinoff.
Oh, gotcha.
But I don't know. I like
Feels like you're in an
Austin.
alternate reality now.
Yeah. When I first moved, it was kind of like it felt like a fever dream because I'm like it's entirely the same building, like same job, everything, but like all different people, and I'm like, who the fuck are
Mm,
you guys?
yeah.
But I don't know. like
Cool.
Austin.
So you've
That
been on Kill Tony twice. Your Instagram is pretty darn limited. Like, before we like really get going, do you have any upcoming comedy sets or skits that you're filming or anything you want to plug right off the hop?
I just ran my first show at Cap City last month on, was that the 21st? So we're looking to get another date there in February, but I'm still waiting to hear back. It's probably gonna be end of February, but it'll be on the website and I'll post on my Instagram and all that once I
Perfect, perfect. And website, you're talking about Cap City's website, or do you have your own website?
Cap City's website.
Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
But
So
I always shows I'm doing on my Instagram if I have enough notice. Usually, because of my work schedule, I can't do like weekend spots, which is like demand shows. And
oh
if I
yeah,
do
that
end up
sucks.
like a day of thing, and it's not even worth me like posting about.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't have much on your Instagram. Hey, what's like you're very
I
mysterious.
yeah, I'm not a big social media person. I've never been a big social media person. And then like a few years ago, I just got like the ick really bad, so I like archived everything I've ever
Yeah,
posted.
yeah.
The like the nice like comedy headshots or whatever. Um, Trying to get back to posting more because you have to, but
You
overall,
have
I just
to.
like
Yeah. I
I'm not a big
honestly hate it too. I'm with you. I hate it so much, but you kind of have to do it. And especially like the world is becoming more and more where you have to do it?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I knew that like ago. I could have hopped on that early, but I just oh,
Okay.
despite doing comedy like and posting online, it's just like it doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah. Oh, I totally feel you on that one.
Audience is
Sorry.
in the room.
Oh, sorry. I cut you off there. First off, I hate doing interviews over the computer like this, but sometimes I might have to get you to re-say something because the way the recording is, like sometimes if I say anything or make any sounds, like even laugh, it'll cut out your voice on your side so I can't hear it. It's getting recorded still, but like I can't hear it on my end. So just
Okay.
forgive me on that one. Yeah. So another burning question I had for you was and I mean this is right off the bat, right? This is breaking the rules of interviewing and Hollywood or whatever. But I mean, like your name is it a stage name, Minney, or is it an abbreviation or anything?
Nope.
That's just your last name.
It's my legal government name.
That's a pretty good comedy name, honestly. But like, cause
Um,
I mean, you seem like pretty mini, like you're pretty small anyway. Like that's why I think you should change it. You should have a stage name. Like you should think of a word that like means big, like Sam, fucking. I don't know. I can't
I,
think of something, but
names are corny. I would never do that.
yeah, yeah, they are kind of corny. I don't know though. What's cool about yours is it doesn't give away in an obvious way like any ethnicities. Like mine does. Mine's obvious. It's got sun in it, so Nordic, whatever. What is yours? What is your origin?
I don't know. My families are all fucked up. I want to say Minnie's like Irish or Scottish or something.
Oh, that's an Irish name. Okay.
I looked it up once. Yeah, I think it's Irish or Scottish. It's over there.
Oh yeah.
But like,
Okay. So to circle back around, I was asking you who your favorite comedian was that you had seen in person at your club there, and did you think of anybody, or do you guys get all the big people through there?
yeah, it'd probably be like I'm trying to think like Buffalo Helium,
Or the
maybe
Austin one? Have you been at the Austin one when like the freaking big guys come through, like Joe Rogan or anybody like that, or
no.
no?
Trying to think who we've had recently that I've enjoyed. I might have to pull up. Um,
Yeah, that's very
achieving.
cool. And I imagine you get to meet them sometimes.
Yeah,
And
for like hanging out with the
yeah,
comics. There was like nothing else in Buffalo to do, so they would all hang out with us afterwards.
oh, very cool.
But
Who's your favorite comedian overall?
oh man, I don't know. I used to really love John Mulaney. Like I still think he's a good comic.
Oof,
Controversial of Bo Burnham.
you like Bo Burnham? Okay.
I don't know. I just have people who are like, oh, he's not like stand up, stand. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Grew up in that era of loving Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fair enough. Did you find a?
Doug,
What are you looking up?
I was just looking up comics we've had that I worked with at Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
My last night in Buffalo, I got to host for Doug Stanhope, and that was super sick. It was sold out. He was super
Whew,
nice.
that is really cool.
He gave me $1,000,000 bills, and he was like, "You're
Yeah, I
for
saw
all."
he was handing those out.
And I was like, "Cool, now I get to be this asshole."
Sweet. So what? So in terms of like your life and what had you? I mean, I guess if you're working at a bar that has comedy, it's a pretty natural transition, or you probably migrated towards it because you knew about the opportunity. But I don't even know your age, but like, what was there? Were did you ever have a life that was a certain way, and then shift gears, or were you always like this? Like, were you always like, I'm going to do comedy? Just because by how limited your online presence is, it seems like it's been pretty short. But like,
I mean,
what happened there? What inspired you?
so I started comedy. I'm 26 now. I started comedy when I was 19, and I did that before I even worked at the clubs. Um, I was just always like into it. I don't know. I like
Wow,
comedy. And then I met a guy that did stand up, and the rest is history.
holy cow! So you are like an OG comedian then? Hey, you've been doing it your whole life.
Um, yeah, so I started just going to open mics, and I mean, I wrote for months before doing it because I was like violently nervous and never
Yeah,
wanted to bomb.
I have a problem
And
with nerves too. Yeah.
so first few went pretty well, and then I had actually applied at Helium a few times before I started stand up, and I mean, at that time, I like didn't really have like a resume or anything, like no serving or like bar experience. And I did the open mic there one time, and then the GM reached out. And he was like, "Oh, you're a real person. Like I've seen your name in the application pile. Like when do you want to start?" I was like, "Sick." And
Sick.
then that was when my life changed.
Wow. Wow. So what's the craziest thing that's happened like when you're bartending at these places? Have you seen any like anybody jump on stage and hit somebody or anything like that?
um, no one's ever rushed this stage, but I actually was just talking about this last week. The craziest thing that ever happened at the Buffalo Helium was we lost power in the middle of like a sold out show.
Oh my god. Did the crowd descend into chaos or what happened?
Yeah, it was pretty messy. I have to see what comic it was. I literally
It's pretty fancy.
it
You
was
got like a computer set up there right with you, just searching and while you're interviewing. That's pretty good. How many screens you rolling on there?
just my phone. I thought we
Oh,
were gonna do, so I had like the full setup rolling,
got you.
but now I can just use it to research my life because I can't remember anything ever. But it was DL Hughley weekend. It was his birthday weekend, and I want to say it was like the Saturday late show.
Oh yeah.
Um, National Grid was like trying to fix a power line and just knocked it out. The whole block
Oh,
lost.
oh, that's crazy. Oh, I lost your video. Okay, we got you back.
Yeah, I was gonna debt collector call. I'm gonna block them.
Okay. Yeah, DL Hewley. I like him. I remember him in particular from when he collapsed on stage. Did you ever see that?
Nope.
Oh, it's a clip that's worth looking up. Uh, One time he was performing and just completely fainted, smacked his head on the floor.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show, the power gets knocked out, um, and then they kept saying like it would come back on within like a couple of like 20 minutes or something, and they kept like pushing it. And I think DL was already on stage, and he was just trying to do it without a mic, but the whole room is already like phone flashlights out, like everyone's like talking. So he eventually gave up, went back to the green room, and we were just like trying to wait it out. And then it was like a ridiculous amount of time after the fact, and we're like, well, if we continue on the show, like we're all going to be here until like 1 in the morning or something stupid. So we ended up just being like, hey, we can't do the rest of the show, so we're gonna add like a matinee show tomorrow if you guys want to come to that. Otherwise, we're gonna send out emails for refunds, and that was like that showroom seats like 300 people. So me and one of the managers just had to stand at the door and just like
Oof.
ask every person like what they wanted to do.
Oh, that's a nightmare. It's a
And
nightmare.
then like obviously people couldn't pay for their stuff, so then we had like no way to use like we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, the little machines probably wouldn't work and all that shit.
So that was a
Lost a lot of
mess.
money that night, I imagine, eh?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we were all like trying to come up with a plan like of how to get like the servers their money and everything. And we were like, well, we'll come back early in the morning. We'll deal with it then. Literally, as we're about to walk out the door to go home, the power comes back on.
Fuck. Oh my god.
3 in the morning at that point.
Jeez.
So it was a fun night for sure. But
Oh yeah.
that's how no night's been as chaotic that that I've worked ever. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
honestly, but
Very cool. So, all right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I don't talk when you talk because I fucking then I can't hear what you're saying. Crazy. So, what is your career aspirations? You just want? Do you want to be a like stand-up comedian purely? Do you want to be like an actress, anything like that?
um, no, I'm just going with the flow.
Going with the
I,
flow. Cool. So you like? So you're here. So you like podcasts. What are some podcasts that you watch?
I really I don't do I don't really listen to a whole bunch of them. I used to listen to Duncan Trussell a lot, um, like years ago.
I
I
honestly, Duncan Trussell was my first real favorite comedy podcast personality outside of Joe Rogan because that was where I started watching it, and he was honestly my first favorite guest. Him and Segura. Yeah, Duncan Trussell. He's so smart. He's so smart. Like I like to just see him talk about random stuff and all that kind of thing. But then, like when I started seeing, I don't know, I'm like addicted to the internet, so obviously I follow all these people's things. He like had issues with his lady, and then oh man, it made me very sad. Like I think he had like he was in one of those polygamous relationships, where where you have like multiple partners,
yeah.
and those don't usually work out so well. So anyway, that's my Duncan Trussell story. Good story, Stephan. So what else? So you didn't do anything before, and you just started comedy, 19 years old, been in it for 7 years. So do you play any sports, or what did you get up to when you were younger than comedy age?
uh, Sat in my room, smoked weed.
Sat in your room. Oh, you were one of those early adopters to weed, hey?
Yeah, now I can't do it anymore.
Oh,
But
fair enough.
yeah, I really didn't. I don't know. I didn't really do anything cool. I think that's probably why I got into stand up is I just had like a very sheltered childhood, and then the second I turned 18, I was just like, all right, what can I get into now? What can I do
Gotcha.
now?
Yeah, how can I have the maximum amount of fun every day, right? That's crazy.
So
It's
yeah, I
crazy.
was
So
night
you think
out.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking over you. Can you say that again?
I was like, yeah, I was just like 19 hanging out in dive bars on weekdays with like 40-year-old dudes that were also doing kind of stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I bet that you have like a pretty good understanding of like men then. Hey?
Sure.
Yeah? Do you think that um do you think you understand men pretty well?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like have you said you found the best guy, like you got a boyfriend now, so like were you in your career of men, did you date any older men? Like
No.
40?
And no, that guy I met that I started stand up because I knew him. We're friends now, but we
Oh,
never.
cool. Cool. I mean, can you say a name, or who was that? Is he a decent comedian now, or is he out of the game?
No, he still lives in Buffalo. I'm not gonna
Oh,
name drop him.
okay, cool, cool. So, Duncan Trussell, his podcast is called the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And you don't watch that one on a regular basis. Do you fill a lot of your time with work? Like, are you one of those people who works a lot?
Um,
Or you
I
do
mean,
you have to work a lot? Like, I don't know how expensive it is to live in Austin.
I mean, I have two roommates, so my situation's not that bad. Um,
Cool.
no, it really just depends on the week, like who we have at the club, if it's going to be a busy week or not. This whole month I barely work, which is nice, but also stinks.
Mm.
Because I don't know what to do with free time. I hate having free time.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, we're about to get hit with the freeze here, so I probably won't be able to leave the house for like 4 days, and I already just did that, and
Yeah,
I'm
I hear
like,
you. What is the like? I'm not going to talk about weather because it's boring as fuck. But like, it is literally -50 here right now. What's the temperature in Buffalo? Or no, in sorry, I guess in Austin. What's the temperature?
um, it looks like it's like probably in the 50s right now. It's a little windy.
50s. So Celsius, that would be like 10, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
10,
I don't know.
15. You don't know?
Big
Oh, okay.
Every time I'm in Canada, I'm just hoping I'm going the right speed limit. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I feel the same way. Honestly, like, oh, sometimes it shocks me because like 50 miles an hour is so fast, right? Or like what is a highway in the United States? It's usually like 60, 65 miles an hour is the speed limit on a typical highway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez, that's isn't that like 120 kilometers? We never mind. Why are we converting here? What the fuck are we trying to do?
podcasting.
We're not here for math. I actually have a degree in engineering though, but that was a huge failure in my life for sure. I did it for a little while and I just couldn't. I was way too bored.
Yeah, I dropped out of college 3 times.
Did you? Hey,
Yeah,
what did you try to do? So like, what were some of your other thoughts on? Oh, hey, I'm Samantha. I'll be this. What did you think?
I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, sweet.
No, I went to one school that was like way too expensive. Did the biology program there, and then transferred to just the university at Buffalo. But I took a semester off to do that, so I refer to that as one of my dropouts. And I did 2 semesters and then a summer semester to catch up. And then where was I working at the time? I don't think I was at Helium yet. I think I worked at a nursing home for like 3 years. Um, so I was doing that plus school, and it was just like a lot. So I ended up changing my major, took another semester off, changed my major to art,
Gotcha. And dropped out
and
of
then
that as well. That was when you realized that you don't need a degree in art to be an artist. You're just an artist once you say
my
you're an artist.
plan was I was just gonna have that as my major and take those classes while also working on my gen eds. And then that's around the time I started comedy. I just like was not going to classes, and it was the highest my GPA had ever been
Mm.
in my college year, and I was just like, this is stupid. What like I'm just spending so much money. I'm not even going.
Yeah,
Don't even care.
honestly, yeah, uni is it can be such a waste. It's so much money too. There's no reason it needs to be as expensive as it is, you know?
Got 20 grand in student loan debt.
Yeah,
No,
you had to learn that the hard way, I bet, hey. Yeah.
they're not.
I got lucky. I played professional poker for like my years while I was in engineering, and I fucking paid for everything. Got my first house with poker winnings, and the rest is history, as you might say.
I tried to do that. We had a casino across from the Buffalo Helium, and we would all go there.
Oh
We
yeah,
had a
yeah,
where I'll just go there after work, and sometimes we'd win money, but most of the time
yeah.
it was just losing our tips from the night.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Yeah, gambling is so fun though. My God, our casino is on an Indian reservation, so like it was pretty easy pickings out there. So that's pretty much what I attribute it to. There's
It
a
slept too well on me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there. What was that?
I said slot machines work too well on me.
Oh, for sure. God, I don't go near those things. Those things scare me. I'm like, I know I could be a gambling addict, so it's like what stops me from being a gambling addict. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the same thing stops me from being an alcoholic too, just because I know I would be the worst alcoholic in the entire world. So I like try to make sure that I don't.
Yeah, I'm doing semi-dry January.
Oh, very cool. I was thinking about doing something like that. Let me look at my what do I got here? So, do you like to watch sports on TV? What do you like to watch for entertainment?
Well, first of all, go Bills. Go the
Mhm.
Bills.
Yeah,
Buffalo
you're always
Bills.
doing those weird stories about football teams and shit.
Yeah, Bills and the Birds.
Yeah, it's just a picture of writing. Like what is that?
I'm just
I bet you can still manage to get. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking over you here. I bet you can
oh
still manage to get 100 likes on something as dumb as that,
no,
or a lot of
but
traffic.
every game day, I just like to send my blessings and my positive energy out into the universe, so the Buffalo Bills
Gotcha,
will win.
got you. What's that called again? I cannot think of words today. Superstitious. That's what that is. I'm.
I got
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, as Theo Vaughn would say, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. So, what? Oh, shit, I asked you that already. I feel like you're very good at skirting answers. Like I ask you a question, and then like I'll get like a vague answer that's not really an answer. Like, what is? So when you're 35, where do you want to be in life?
the ground.
Nice, nice. Me too. Honestly, me too. Um,
uh, I hope anything has ever worked out for me, and I'm not still bartending. That's really
and you're still bartending?
no, and I'm
Not
not
still.
bartending.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like outside of comedy, are you passionate about anything else? Or like I'm not going to ask you about hobbies because obviously I've seen you get asked about hobbies and you pretty much turn into a turtle shell. But like what are some of your passions? Do you have any other passions outside of comedy?
no,
No, no. Just weed and comedy, hey?
no weed.
Oh yeah, no
So
weed now.
what a day of my life looks like
Yeah.
is I at 2 p.m. I eat breakfast and then I play video games until I have to go to work.
Nice. What kind of video games do you like to play?
Right now I'm playing Skyrim.
Skyrim. Oh my god, that's a real gamer's game right there. You are a real
I
gamer.
I played it a bunch. It's probably been a few years since last time I played it, so this time I'm playing on survival and the hardest difficulty, and it's
Sick.
really
Nice. Yeah, you kind of have those gamer eyes a little bit, like the just screen dead, just gamer eyes a little bit. Like you kind of look like you could be Scott Pilgrim's girlfriend, maybe. You
thanks.
know Scott Pilgrim.
Yes,
You could save the world with him for sure.
the
So do
most
you have?
Ramona Flowers and her seven evil exes.
Yeah. Oh shit. So clearly you've heard that one before. Fuck. You probably know more about the movie than me. Uh, yeah. So do you like hockey?
No,
No. Just football. What do you like most about football?
having an excuse to drink, watch Josh Allen on my TV.
You look at guys' butts in their suits or what?
No, I don't know. There's like being from like there's nothing in Buffalo to care about except football. So once you hit a certain age, regardless about how you felt about sports your entire life, suddenly you're like, guess I'll go to the bar and watch the game with my friends. And then
Honestly.
suddenly for the rest of your life, every week you're just like, I hope the Bills win. Otherwise my week is fucking ruined. That is Buffalo culture. That is really
Okay, that is so funny. That is so awesome. That's so true though. I kind of feel so. Yeah, so Buffalo loves football. That's pretty sweet. I feel the same way about my life a little bit. Like I tried to be like a good guy, like not really drink. Like I didn't really drink until I was like 25. But then just the culture of where I live, like I don't know if you know much about where I'm from, but I live basically in the Arctic, like in Saskatchewan. And yeah, just everybody drinks here. Everybody's an asshole. Everybody watches hockey all day. Basically, I live in a place where people like go to hide. You know, like it's so
yeah.
strange. Yeah, like my
Are you,
parents. Sorry. Go ahead.
do you still live there by choice?
I guess I still live here because of I guess business opportunities like and stuff like that. I don't. I'm gonna be leaving here probably soon, but it's just like real estate and stuff. Like when you grow up in a place, you know a lot about the real estate. So you're like, oh, I better I better do this with my money, or I'm being dumb. So that's pretty much what trapped me here, I would say. for now anyway. But
Yeah, I had
yeah,
never lived outside of Buffalo, so I moved here last September, and I was like, I kind of got the idea like right around when COVID was happening, and so then I ended up not moving, and then yeah, what was it, 2022? Um, Helium bought Cap City, and so they had to move. They moved the location, and when they did that, I was like, perfect. I'm gonna transfer down there, and I want to say that's like kind of a few months. I started training as a manager at that club, and there was like other options to move to different clubs, but I just knew I wanted to move somewhere that like didn't have winter, like had a good comedy scene.
yeah,
Um, and so Austin, I was like, seemed like the obvious choice.
definitely. You should be
And
like you should do. You ever think about doing like Twitch streaming with your Skyrim?
I mean, I love the stuff for it, but I don't know.
Too much work,
I've
eh?
I don't. That gaming's for me. It's my me time.
Got you. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I I like to play a game called StarCraft. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, I
No.
thought it was, but that's not.
It's one of those. It's a real time strategy game. So one of those ones where you like build an army and then attack. It's kind of like chess for nerdier people than that people who play chess. So yeah, no, but I like that. I like honestly. I hate to admit it, but I like Fortnite a little bit. Like that's just the young kids' first person shooter nowadays, and everybody wants to say that it's shitty because of the building and because of bad graphics, but it's all right.
I started playing that again. I
Yeah,
played it and I re-downloaded it to play with some of my friends, and I've had fun.
sometimes honestly first person shooters though just feel like you're imposing abuse on yourself. Like I don't know how you feel, but for me when I play them, god, I get so fucking mad when I die. Like, you know, that's just abuse. I have to like bang a table every time I fucking die, which I don't know why I would do that to myself. So that's usually why I start slowing down on first person shooters.
Yeah, I have. I go through phases where I'll play like just like Minecraft or The Sims or something, but now it's Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'll play like Fortnite or Apex with some of my friends.
Apex
Like,
sucks. I hate Apex. Graphics are so bad. So what do you like to drink mostly? What's your drink of choice?
you just watch me drink it. Blue Gatorade.
Yeah, blue Gatorade. What about for alcohol?
Oh Jesus, try
Like
not to
vodka
think.
and blue Gatorade?
Yeah. Um,
Are you a beer person?
Twisted Tea.
Twisted tea is awesome. My buddy does that. He has Crohn's disease, so he can't drink beer, so he just
Mm.
drinks twisted teas.
Yeah. Twisted Teas go to for sure. Um, yeah, I drink like a child still. Twisted Teas, 2 shots of Deep Betty Lemon.
Sweet,
No.
sweet. So I want to circle back to talking about like your favorite comedians and stuff like that. And your favorite podcasts and I want to know what your favorite special is.
Um, I think of ones that came out recently. One I watch all the time though is Patrice O'Neal's Elephant in the Room. Love that one.
Never seen
Um,
that one.
watch it. It's so good. It's on YouTube.
Okay. Tyrese
Um,
O'Neal, you say?
Patrice.
Oh, Patrice O'Neal. Oh, wait, sorry, I heard the name wrong. Elephant in the Room. I've seen parts of that one, but I haven't seen the whole thing. Let me put that on my list here. Okay, what else?
Trying to think of the few that I've seen that have come out recently. I mean, Shane Gillis's, Nick Mullins, and Sam Talents are probably the
Fuck
three
yeah.
that are to me right now that have come out in the last year.
Nick Mullins' one was so good. His most recent one, I think you're talking about, right? Because he doesn't have an older one, does he?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Nick Mullen is a literal genius. I love that guy.
Um, yeah, super cool dude. He came through the Buffalo Helium. He was nice.
Yeah, cool. Did you got to like talk to him or?
Yeah.
Nice, very cool. Uh, yeah, I can't say I've ever met any very famous comedians in person. If I could do what you do, I should probably I can do it. I should probably do it. Anyway, sorry, I'm making this interview about me. Well, no, that's because I asked you what your career aspirations are, and you were like, die. Like,
You said, where do I want to be in life at 35? I don't know. Happy?
okay, fair enough,
This is why
fair enough,
the Kill Tony interviews went so bad. Because I don't know anything. I just live every day.
fair enough. Yeah, living for the moment. That's cool. So, do you still attend like Kill Tony and sign up and stuff like that?
Sometimes. They've been on a break the last few weeks following the New Year's Eve show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they took a hiatus in September or October. I don't even remember. But that was nice not going every Monday because it is kind of annoying to go there and sign up and just you
Cool.
stand around and
Yeah.
wait
You know what
and
was
then
kind of interesting? I got an interesting little story for you that happened recently, and I was like, this feels like a conspiracy theory, but it also feels like a little bit real. So, so on January 2nd, okay, so basically, I interviewed Rick Diaz. He's like I'm sure he's like a golden ticket winner on Kill Tony. He had this little feud with Hans Kim, and we talked all about it. I was open about supporting Rick because I think Rick is funnier than Hans. And as soon as Rick lost on January 1st, or sorry, on the 31st in that contest, I had 7 copyright strikes on my YouTube page the next day from Kill Tony, like with little stuff that I put into certain videos. Do you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, yeah. And I was like, Jesus, that feels like I got targeted, but I'm not really sure. Isn't that strange?
it's
Nah,
weird.
they don't care about somebody like me. I'm just a little ant anyway. Um, but yeah, anyway, but like, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you doing this and giving a chance for long form conversation and talk about yourself and stuff like that. It does take a lot of practice, you know, to just kind of talk about nothing and talk about yourself and not feel like a narcissist. Like it's definitely a skill that you have to learn over time. So, so what's next for you in terms of? So you said you have some shows coming up in February. What's the delay on those?
No delay. It's a kind of like an improv show. It's called Comics Against Humanity,
Okay.
and did back at the Buffalo Helium. So I just brought it down to Cap, and everyone just goes up. We banter for a minute. They spin a wheel. They get random Cards Against Humanity cards, and they have to base their entire set off those cards.
Oh, very
Um,
fun. So you're kind of like
and
a
the,
party leader. That actually leads into my other question I was going to ask you about. Sorry to interrupt, but like I saw on your Instagram, what limited I can draw from here. There was the one video where you were like doing shots on stage with people. What exactly was that?
that was my other show.
Okay.
That was my OG baby show. It was called the name it ended up getting was Haha Happy Hour, and I used to just do it at bars every once in a while. And the whole, like movies or TV shows when they have like drinking game rules for them, like drink every time this happens or someone says this. So I would make slides specific to that comic, and I would have it behind them so they couldn't see their rules and they would just have to do their set normally, but the audience could see it. So if the comic like said or did something on stage, the audience got to drink.
Oh, I like that. That's such a good idea. Did you think of that yourself?
Yeah,
Holy shit. Very
that's what the
cool.
is capable of.
Very cool.
I'm like, I already drink so much with comedy, but like, how can we do it more?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. No, I'm a beer guy. Literally, the only reason, like, I'm drinking some whiskey that somebody gave me for Christmas right now, but I literally only drink beer. But the reason I'm all out of beer because I can't leave the house because my truck is frozen solid, and like it's literally minus 50 right now. Like, can you tell that I'm shivering or anything at all on my end? Like, my studio is the one room that doesn't have that good of heat in my house, and it's fucking. I got a space heater blowing on me, and I'm still shivering my ass off right now. Horrible. Literally minus 50. I'm pretty sure that in Fahrenheit, minus 50 is the same as in Celsius, more or less. Minus 50 degrees right now where I'm. And what? Sorry, what did you say the temperature was where you're at?
I think it's
No,
like 50 degrees.
it's like room temp. Yeah, you said
Yeah,
it's like 16 degrees outside. God, that's amazing. I should move. It's fucking
It was.
ridiculous.
I was walking around in shorts.
Jeez, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate that.
So, do you like write your jokes down? Are you a writer type, or do you prefer to just kind of memorize them?
I that that has all of my jokes in it.
You cut
So
out there. Sorry, what did you say? You had a what?
I just use my notes app on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Honestly, me too. I have my notes app open in front of me with the questions that I had for you.
So usually, for the most part, like I already know most of what I'm doing. I'm also someone like I don't sit down and write. If I have like a premise, I'll just write that in my phone and then go up at an open mic and like figure it out as I go.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if I'm doing like a longer set, like anything that's like more than 10 minutes, I have to like write out a set list on my phone. I don't look at it ever really, but it's just like to get it in order.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. Do you have like a favorite topic that you like to write jokes about? Like, I'm not going to ask you what your favorite joke is that you've written or whatever, but like, what's your favorite kind of premise and area to write about? Drinking and partying, or like, I know you have this one BJ joke but I can't obviously off the top of my head. I can't really remember it. Do you remember it off the top of your head, or no? I have it
From
written
the
on my list here. I wanted to ask you about it, but I can't remember enough about it. So
from the Kill Tony
yeah,
set,
yeah.
that one I did the most threatening thing about me is I look like I'd keep the baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Uh, why do you think you look like you would keep the baby? Like
like in a threat.
you think you look like wholesome and like a you have a sleeve tattoo.
So that's what I like. I read the comments on that, and people
Yeah.
are like, "She's a baby." I'm like, there's two ends of the spectrum of people who keep the baby, and it's like religion,
Oh
the fucked up trash war. That's like,
yeah,
I'm keeping the like
yeah,
I.
yeah. No, I totally get it. You're 100% right on that.
It kind of made me mad that people didn't see that. I was like, no, like you don't think a crazy.
Yeah, totally. Fuck, that's funny. Um, is
But
it?
most of them are just from like personal experiences, like dating, roommates, childhood life.
Yeah, dating. I love talking about dating. It's so crazy. Like dating is so insane that you have like a person that you bring into your life. They live with you. They sleep in your bed, and then there's a time where all of a sudden they're like, "Ah, you go away now." I think that's crazy that happens in life. You know, just my
So
personal opinion.
yeah, luckily I've only ever dated like the worst people to ever exist, so at least I get jokes out of it.
Fair enough. That's a fountain of youth right there for jokes. Good plan.
Yeah.
You're a genius. Very cool. So you don't do weed anymore. You just drink. Do you like any other drugs? I know that they. I don't like. I don't even know if we have pharmacies up here for fuck's sakes. But like I know they talk about Adderall a lot. Some people love Adderall. Do you ever tried that?
No, I don't
No.
really I don't partake
Okay.
in
You ever done
pretty much
mushrooms before?
no psychedelics.
Oh,
That's
nice.
only I can't smoke weed anymore because it freaks me out, so I don't want to do anything above that if weed freaks me out.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Well, we did it. We won. We got an episode done. I really appreciate you coming on the show. I think that you are a very smart person. I think you're going to do great. I don't think you're going to be dead at 35. Uh, I Thanks a lot for coming on the show, and I had a great time.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Thanks for listening, and any questions or concerns for the show, as well as voice recordings and voice messages that you'd like us to listen to, or advertisement inquiries, please forward those along to CanadianTalkWithStephan@gmail.com. Thanks. We also have a website, Stephanjackson.ca, where you can find a back catalog of all our episodes, and we're also on YouTube, where you can find the video versions.